Today we conclude our two-part series with the head women's basketball coach at UCLA, Coach Cathy Olivia. Now, last time we spoke with her about what she looks for in players she's recruiting athletically. But today we're going to talk about character issues and academics as far as recruiting goes. It's very interesting, especially if you've got a girl or a son who's about to start the college recruiting process. It's Clubhouse Gas on the road, baby. So stay tuned.
I think the earlier the better when it comes to recruiting. If your parent's thinking the right way, I think it's best for a parent to be thinking what they need to do as much as what their child needs to do, as in responsibility, as in teaching them some very good habits. And I would think ninth grade is not too early. If you have that talented of an athlete and you know they're going to be at the collegiate level someday, you need to already go into the recruiting process their ninth grade and talk to them about it. Just talk to them about how they're representing, talk to them about responsibility, talk to them about how they need to have good time management skills, and I think those are the things that are very important to be successful. If you have a student athlete that for some reason misses a lot of days of school, that might be a problem, because now they showed habits of not being responsible. So you want to look into that. You want to talk to counselors, you want to talk to coaches, and you want to find out a lot about the person that you're recruiting also, which again, it's not just about the athletic side, it's about the academic side. It's about the person. Are they someone that's late every day to practice? Are they someone who you can't rely on for whatever reason? Do they not get along with their teammates? I mean, those are things you want to know, because those aren't necessarily people you want on your team. To be successful, you need to have someone that gets along with the teammates. It's a team sport. You need to have someone that's responsible and going to show up on time. I mean, those kind of things are very important, and you often find out those things from, if it's counselors, teachers. We'll go in and I'll talk to the English teacher a lot of times. Do they have good writing skills? Do they turn in things last minute? Are they paying attention in class? I mean, those are all things that I think contribute to that person that you're recruiting, not just the athlete. Good habits as in when you might enter a tournament and as a young athlete think it's not a big deal if I have a bad day. Well, it might not be a big deal if you have a bad day and miss a lot of shots, or your numbers aren't as good as you'd like them to be, but it would be a big deal if you have an attitude and you're showing a personality that maybe a coach doesn't want to see. And you never know who's out there. You never know who, if the coach isn't there, maybe a coach's friend's there, or maybe a neighbor of a friend of a coach. You just never know who is watching you in the stands, so you always want to represent in the proper way. And again, not just necessarily the numbers, as in rebounds, points, steals, more or less personality. Don't pop an attitude and think that that's okay. And that's where I think the parenting comes into play, and make sure that they understand it's a team game. That's what basketball is about. It's a team concept. Well, I think you always wonder, or not worry, I was going to use the word worry, but you always hope that they're on board with the academic side. And you want to make sure that they know exactly how many core courses they need to get into college. And it starts your ninth grade, because if you're not taking the proper core courses, then you're not going to be eligible come your senior year. And all of a sudden, if you start thinking about it your junior year, then it might be too late, because again, the number of core classes that you have to take increases every year, and you have to be on board and knowledgeable of what it takes to go to that next level. So I think academics is huge, and you need to be in contact with your counselor. The clearinghouse, there's always things you have to do in the clearinghouse. That's something that everyone needs to be involved with. And again, they should have someone at their high school that helped them with getting cleared through the clearinghouse. SAT, ACT. the different testing. You have to make sure that you're aware of that. The sooner you can take the PSAT, which is the pre-test to the SAT, that's important because it gets them familiar with the test and it gets them more comfortable. So then when they do need to take it by their junior year, the end of the junior year, they would probably have a better score just because they're more relaxed and comfortable and know what to expect. So little things like that make a huge difference. Well, I think you, as a coach, you're going to do some investigating with each student athlete that you're recruiting, obviously. And for the different athletes, I mean, there's a lot of programs want that balance. And it's important that you have that academic balance. For us, I think it's important that if you're a good athlete and a great student, that's very attractive because it's most likely if you're a great student, you could spend more time working on your athletic ability and spend more time in the gym because academics isn't as stressful and as difficult for someone who might be a great athlete with lower academics, because now what is your focus going to be? It's going to be my academics. I need to get my academics right, which means my time, I'm spending on being a great athlete might shift a little. So there's other people that might be passing you up. And again, with someone with that responsibility, someone that has those good time management skills usually are the ones that do well academically. So if you do that, again, the shift is going to occur. A lot of people say when you commit early that you don't have the pressure your senior year, and that's why people do it. But it depends on the person, it depends on the student athlete. And some people like that where they say it's good because now I'm not gonna get complacent. I'm gonna still continue to work hard because I haven't committed yet. Personally, I think if you commit early, it allows you to focus more on what you need to do. Finish your senior year strong in academics. Finish your senior year strong in whatever it is you want to do on the basketball court. Have some goals, set some, high expectations of yourself and go for it. So I think it helps and it benefits just to keep that focus and finish strong your senior year.